That morning, while I nurtured the orchids in my greenhouse, I remained blissfully oblivious to the unforeseen adventure that lay ahead of me. As I delicately immersed my hands in the soil, a profound bond emerged with the roots of the bulbs I had just nestled in, tending to them with both care and purpose. All was serene and unremarkable, much like any other day, until an unexpected pain shot through my back. Unbeknownst to me, the events were unfolding around me, especially with my second nephew Logan's unexpected presence at that moment. My greenhouse has forever served as a sanctuary, a haven of peace since the loss of my husband, Thomas. It had become the sole refuge that genuinely nourished my soul, but on that particular day, an unsettling heaviness hung in the atmosphere. At 65, I frequently encounter the question, "Helen, how do you manage to maintain such a youthful appearance?" In reality, it was nothing out of the ordinary. I dedicated myself to cultivating my well-being, embracing a nourishing lifestyle, engaging in consistent movement, and maintaining a resolute commitment to keep the vibrant essence of the young woman within me flourishing. Yet, I cannot help but recognize that loneliness has intricately intertwined itself with the essence of my existence. Even as my beauty captivated those around me, a profound emptiness resided within, a void I found difficult to fill. As I delicately repositioned one of the bulbs, an unforeseen pang shot through my back. The moment was so charged and unexpected that I relinquished everything I held. For a fleeting moment I shut my eyes, searching for comfort in the rhythm of my breath, yearning to soothe the persistent ache within. But it lingered, resolute and unrelenting. A weight draped over my shoulder, sending ripples through my back, leaving me frozen, ensnared in a fleeting moment of quietude. In an instant, I was wrapped in the soothing cadence of Logan's voice, a tender reminder of intimacy in the stillness around me. "Helen, how do you find yourself feeling today? I trust this message finds you well." At 23, my nephew Logan possesses a commanding presence, his broad shoulders and muscular physique enhanced by a striking visage that could easily grace the pages of a magazine. His chestnut locks shimmered gently in the golden rays, while his watchful gaze revealed a profound worry as it locked onto mine. His presence held an effortless allure, ensnaring the attention of those nearby, despite his apparent oblivion to it. In that instant, it seemed as if all that lively essence was wholly dedicated to my welfare. I softly pointed to the area on my back where the discomfort was most pronounced. A weight seems to anchor me in place, making each step forward feel like an insurmountable challenge. Are you ready to embark on this adventure? This tale resonates with profound significance. This journey unfolds as boundaries dissolve, emotions weave together, and unvoiced truths hover like soft pleas for comprehension. Every moment holds the power to stir something profound within, challenging the limits of your comprehension. If this speaks to you, I would truly appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel and activate notifications to express your support. Logan softly inclined towards me. "Permit me to lend you my assistance," he softly proposed. As he gently placed a hand on my shoulder with genuine concern, an unexpected wave of warmth surged through me. "I would be delighted to provide you with a massage," he suggested gently, "that it often brings comfort." Courage eluded me as I hesitated to voice my thoughts. I remained receptive to any journey that could alleviate my pain. The unexpected depth of his touch resonated deeply within my heart. Logan, ever observant, recognized my discomfort and thoughtfully offered me a warm compress. His care evoked memories of how long it had been since anyone had tended to me with such tenderness. It is with a sense of vulnerability that I admit it has been years since I have felt this depth of intimacy. His hands moved with care, soothing the tension in my back. The pain slowly faded, replaced by a comforting warmth that wrapped around me, calming my soul. The dormant silence within me, once neglected, had at last awakened with a gentle pulse. A gentle exhale slipped from my mouth. "Maybe it's a bit too deep, don't you think?" "Logan," I attempted to voice my thoughts, yet the words remained trapped, ensnared in a moment that appeared to extend infinitely. I discovered that I was unable to bring it to completion. He too chose to remain silent. He persisted in extending his tender caress. His hands moved gracefully across my back, stirring a profound sensitivity to every soft caress. In that moment I felt a change taking place, awakening feelings within me that I was not entirely prepared to confront, both disquieting and profoundly moving. Logan's hands glided across my back, applying a steady, reassuring pressure, each touch deliberate and anchoring. In that instant, as if attuned to a subtle change in the atmosphere, he halted and drew nearer, locking his eyes with mine. "Amelia, this is rather troubling," he remarked, his voice laced with genuine care and worry. "This location does not seem conducive to reaching a resolution for us. Come, let us convene by the inviting glow of the fireplace. The gentle warmth will envelop you, and I shall bring some cream to tenderly caress your back. We must cultivate this circumstance collaboratively." For a fleeting instant I hesitated, but the burden of my sorrow softly directed my decision. I paused to collect my thoughts, and he kindly extended his hand to assist me in standing up. "Take your time," he gently advised, his reassuring hand enveloping mine. His embrace enveloped me with an unexpected warmth, a profound intimacy that had eluded my life for far too long. As we entered the warm embrace of the flickering flames, Logan cast a gentle golden glow across the space. The warmth enveloped me softly, alleviating the tension inside, providing a fleeting sense of peace. Logan delicately spread a blanket across the floor, his inviting gesture a soothing promise of comfort and reassurance. "You might want to discover a more comfortable position to stretch your back," he suggested, his serious gaze softened by a touch of uncertainty. "I possess a soothing cream that could assist Pocinta in easing those tense muscles." I nestled into my seat, welcoming the comforting glow of the fire that wrapped around me, as Logan tenderly warmed the cream in his palms. The soft caress of his hand upon my shoulders drew forth a sigh from the depths of my being, a sound I had not realized was trapped inside me. "Inhale deeply," he whispered softly. "Soon, a sense of lightness will begin to permeate your experience." Each gentle touch of his hand transcended mere physical relief, delving deeper into the very layers of my being. He was delicately revealing a facet of myself that I thought I had buried deep within the past. As his fingers glided softly across my back, my thoughts wavered between lucidity and bewilderment. Logan's touch transcended mere comfort. It stirred something profound within me. For an instant, a spark of doubt ignited within me, but the burden of the anguish was all-consuming. I discovered a willingness to accept the circumstances without a moment's pause. Logan gently took hold of my arm, helping me rise to my feet with a delicate caress. "Take your time," he gently advised, his reassuring hands enveloping me in a warmth that was both protective and tender. A soothing aura of security wrapped around me. Caring for this young man enveloped me in a warmth of intimacy that had long eluded my grasp. Upon entering the house, the flickering flames of the fireplace spread a soft, warm orange glow across the room, wrapping us in a soothing embrace. The soft crackle of the fire and the enveloping warmth of the room instilled an instant tranquility within me. Logan softly spread a blanket across the floor, beckoning me to relax with a tender gesture. "You ought to discover a method to alleviate your back in a manner that brings you greater comfort," he proposed, his expression serious yet gradually softening with a tender warmth. "I have also brought some cream. It will gently soothe those weary muscles." I nestled into my surroundings, embraced by a soothing warmth, while Logan delicately dispensed the cream into his palms, rubbing them together to generate a cozy heat. The soft caress of his hands on my shoulder left me momentarily speechless, a moment that was both surprising and profoundly moving. "Inhale deeply," he whispered softly. "Soon everything will be just fine." With each tender caress, I felt a transformation stirring deep within my soul. His hands provided me with more than mere physical solace. They awakened feelings within me that had long remained buried. As his fingers glided behind me, a wave of tranquility enveloped my thoughts, even as they began to weave together in unforeseen patterns. Logan's touch was soft and comforting, creating a deep bond that echoed through both the physical and emotional realms. "I can feel the tightness in your muscles," he said, his voice infused with a soothing warmth that enveloped me. "Amelia, it appears you are shouldering quite a burden at the moment, with the greenhouse and the various tasks around the house demanding your attention. One must not forget the significance of self-care." I sought to uncover a deeper understanding within my own being. "The greenhouse stands as my refuge, Logan, and without it, I comprehend," he said softly, his touch growing more delicate. Yet they also stirred a sense of unease within me. I found myself wrestling with his words, uncertain whether I genuinely grasped their significance or if I did, yet faltered in accepting the truth they conveyed. In that moment, his hands softly descended along my back, perpetuating the calming massage. The soft caress of his hand melted away my unease, while underneath, he intricately spun a tapestry of feelings. The intimacy I experienced with him enveloped me in warmth, yet it simultaneously awakened a profound apprehension deep within my soul. "Logan," I finally uttered, my voice trembling gently. "Your support holds immense significance for me," I grasped. His voice expressed, softer this time. "All shall be well, dear Amelia. Simply inhale deeply and find your calm." His words echoed profoundly, bearing a significance that went beyond simple counsel. With every fleeting second, his presence approached, radiating warmth and light, reminiscent of the soft dance of firelight. Logan's hands softly traced the contours of my back. With every soft touch, a wave of tension melted away, but an unfamiliar restlessness began to awaken inside me. His warmth surrounded me, slowly permeating my being, steadfast in its existence. At that instant, my mind clouded over, and a subtle struggle started to emerge within me. "Amelia," I implored softly, seeking to grasp my own tranquility, though it seemed perpetually elusive. As his gentle hands glided down, nearing my shoulders, I felt my heart quicken with a blend of anticipation and warmth. On one side lay the reassuring presence of Logan, while on the other, the delicate boundaries that time had softly interlaced between them. At that instant, a soft yet commanding voice stirred within me, compelling me to pay attention. "Amelia, this marks the arrival of your second nephew, and it may be wise to reflect on your role in this matter." The fireplace emitted a soft radiance that enveloped the room, fostering a sense of comfort. However, as the moments slipped by, that very warmth started to become stifling. As I observed Logan delicately brush the sweat from his brow, my eyes instinctively wandered toward him. In that moment, the fabric of his shirt softly rose, unveiling the curves of his sun-kissed skin, bathed in the warm glow of the fire, evoking the essence of a classic masterpiece. In that instant, the feelings that surged within me were nearly impossible to articulate. Years had passed since I experienced a connection so profound with another soul. "The heat is intense," Logan remarked, taking a step back and easing the window open. "I would like to assist you in finding a greater sense of ease." His voice danced with a certain buoyancy, while the fervor in his eyes ensnared my attention. In that instant, our eyes met, weaving an unspoken connection. "Amelia, you are radiating warmth," he said, his voice soft but unwavering. "Perhaps contemplating a shift could prove beneficial. I would be delighted to help you with that." It seemed as if my words were ensnared, struggling to escape their confines. I contemplated restraint, but the warmth surrounding me and the ambience felt ever more consuming. I softly discovered my position, permitting myself to fully welcome the present. Logan softly lowered himself beside me, his fingers gliding over the fabric of my shirt with a delicate intrigue. His warm hands softly caressed my skin, forging a tender bond that hung in the atmosphere. The caress ignited a tremor within me, not born of chill, but from a warmth that enveloped me in profound solace. I slipped into a cozier sweater in the adjacent room, feeling a wave of gratitude for Logan's unwavering patience and support, setting it aside with deliberate care. At that instant, the air around us felt laden with unexpressed feelings. For a fleeting instant, his eyes held mine, a wordless bond, before he quickly turned away. Even so, I could feel the chaos those glances ignited within me, without the necessity of witnessing his expression. "Amelia," Logan murmured, his voice now imbued with a deeper, softer resonance than it had possessed earlier. "Do you find yourself feeling a touch more relaxed at this moment?" "I believe so," I replied, my voice quavering with feeling. The words I uttered scarcely masked the tempest that swirled inside me. It wasn't just the heat. It was the gentle warmth emanating from Logan's presence that enveloped me entirely. "Come," Logan murmured gently, extending his hand. "How about we relocate to the sofa? I can feel that this environment doesn't quite suit you." I softly grasped his hand. The moment our fingers grazed one another, a spark flared to life inside me, a feeling I hadn't known in ages. As he tenderly helped me to my feet, his unwavering hold offered a comforting reassurance. In that ephemeral instant, Logan's innate urge to safeguard emerged, a tender and instinctual facet of his very essence. The fears that resided within me began to dissipate. Upon arriving at the sofa, he ushered me to take a seat with a soft, reassuring gesture. He took his place beside me almost instantly, Though he was mindful to maintain a respectful distance between us, the atmosphere in the room remained thick with tension, stubbornly clinging to the air. An unvoiced comprehension hung in the air between us, a depth that seemed too intricate to express. As our eyes locked, a tempest of feelings surged within me, a delicate battle to uncover clarity in the profound depths of his gaze. Yet, it was impossible to ignore the weight of our emotions, which felt especially profound this evening. As we nestled into our seats, a serene hush surrounded us, occasionally interrupted by the soft crackling of the fire. My heart raced within me, a rhythm so powerful it seemed capable of resonating through the stillness. Logan, positioned next to me, possessed an uncanny ability to sway my thoughts and emotions, merely through the gentle cadence of his breathing. The closeness to him ignited a swirl of anxiety within me, yet an unmistakable calmness lingered in its wake. In that ephemeral instant our eyes met, forging a wordless bond that hung delicately in the atmosphere. His gaze held a certain depth, a mixture of curiosity and perhaps something even more profound that hung in the air between us. In that closeness, the gaze he possessed was unmistakable, deep and fervent yet gentle in its warmth. In that moment it felt as though time had come to a standstill. Logan extended his hand with a soft grace, closing the distance that lay between us. As his fingers grazed against mine, a soft tremor swept through my being. Even in the absence of words, the silence conveyed a profound message. His eyes rested on my lips for a fleeting moment, and in that instant, the world around us transformed. He leaned in softly, as though relishing the precious moment shared between us. His presence lingered so closely that I could sense the warmth of his breath caressing my skin. The storm within has settled. A pervasive sense of neutrality enveloped the surroundings. In that instant, it was solely the warmth of Logan's gaze and the soothing closeness he provided. I softly shut my eyes, leaning in just a bit closer to him. In that fleeting instant when our gazes intertwined, an unspoken connection blossomed, rich with profound comprehension, not of love but of collective sorrow. In the stillness of our shared understanding, we stand together, two souls acknowledging the silent struggles that bind us, enveloped in a moment that feels both timeless and fragile. We sat quietly by the fire, and filled with wonder. In just a fleeting instant, that softness transformed into a depth that was both richer and more meaningful. His warmth surrounded me, his breath a soft murmur, and the touch of his lips was like a moment frozen in time, floating away from everything else around us. The solitude enveloping me, coupled with the deep-seated fears and yearnings that stirred within, appeared to intertwine with his presence in a remarkably profound manner. In that instant it seemed to transcend the simplicity of a mere kiss. It was the revelation of feelings long suppressed, unexpressed yearnings, and perhaps a bond that had subtly endured just below the surface. As the kiss deepened, his hands gently caressed my cheeks, a tender touch that sent shivers down my spine. My hands softly traced the contours of his shoulders. The warmth of his skin radiated into my hands, forging a soothing bond between us. Ultimately, we discovered that we were embarking on separate paths, yet together in our departure. As our eyes met, the cadence of our breaths might have varied, but the bond we held echoed with an unmistakable power. A thought lingered in my mind, uncertain yet undeniably present. This evening, the very threads that bind us will undergo a significant transformation. In the aftermath of the kiss, I found myself gasping for air, a whirlwind of emotions churning inside me. My heart pounded, as if it were on the verge of exploding from my chest. As I looked into Logan's eyes, I felt a deep question mingled with a sincere yearning. In that instant, a deep tranquility wrapped around my mind. My heart and body have assumed the role of guiding my choices now. Indeed, I murmured gently, my voice trembling. Yet the depth of my feelings was undeniably evident. My emotions for you are profound, and I sincerely wish for your joy. As I spoke, a fragment of my being seemed to fracture within me. In a fleeting moment of clarity, the burdens of loneliness and the fears I had clung to for ages started to fade away. The essence of our experience lay in the bond we forged, fully immersed in the here and now, precisely as destiny intended. Logan's expression briefly transformed, showcasing a flicker of astonishment before a soft smile gradually spread across his face. The gaze in his eyes radiated a soft warmth that wrapped around me entirely. "I love you too, Amelia," he said, his voice a soothing mix of tenderness and certainty. "I have restrained myself for an extended period, Yet the challenge of continuing to do so grows ever more formidable. My emotions for you are profound, and I genuinely yearn to intertwine my existence with yours. His words enveloped me, soft yet deeply resonant. Each word echoed profoundly in my soul. Logan gently cupped my face in his hands, drawing nearer to me once more. In this moment, a serene assurance enveloped the atmosphere. We both recognized our desires, nestled within us, in a manner that resonated with depth and significance. As only keep kiss if character is not a relative again, the intensity of our emotion surpassed any words we might have exchanged. This moment heralded a profound transformation in my journey. Logan's presence envelopes one in a soothing warmth, while his words strike a profound chord within. Despite the myriad of uncertainties swirling within me, I never envisioned that I would find myself hesitating at this juncture. I had not brought anything to a standstill. I discovered myself completely enveloped by the tide of my feelings. We nestled by the crackling fire, cocooned in cozy blankets, allowing the stillness to resonate more profoundly than any spoken language. As I lay there breathless and we sat close, quietly connected in a shared silence, a soft smile played upon his lips, illuminating the moment with warmth. As I looked up at the ceiling, I was struck by the echoes of our shared moments lingering in the air. The sharing a peaceful moment, a silent tribute to the memories we created together. The night wrapped around me like a tender caress, blurring the edges of reality into a surreal reverie. Logan turned to me, his enchanting smile lingering, a soft echo of the warmth we had shared. His hand gently brushed against my cheek, his thumb resting on my lips for a fleeting moment. Less than, Amelia, greater than, he said gently, his voice imbued with warmth and reassurance. Nothing could ever persuade me to exchange this moment for anything else in existence. More than, I drew near to him, my heart overflowing with the emotions that remained, and spoke with a voice full of appreciation. I appreciate you, Logan, more than words can express. It had been quite some time since I felt such a deep sense of solitude, yet you, with your vibrant allure and captivating essence, surpassed all expectations, leaving me momentarily stunned, as genuine appreciation and heartfelt gratitude unexpectedly glimmered in my gaze. Logan's lips curved softly, a warm and inviting smile unfurling across his face. Amelia, your beauty radiates in a way that is simply unparalleled. More than, Draina, he remarked, and I mean to convey far more than merely your appearance. Your presence envelopes me in a distinct warmth and fosters a deep connection. Your warmth and authentic spirit provide me with solace and encourage me to fully accept myself. He possessed a certain allure, the cadence of his voice, the lingering warmth of his touch etched in my memory. The experience resonated deeply within me, leaving a lasting impression that I yearned to cherish in my heart forever. Not enough, I long for you, Logan. More than, I expressed with earnestness. Fewer than, and you stand by my side. I could not have hoped for anything greater. More than. Logan bestowed a tender smile, his fingers gliding delicately along the edge of the sheets, as if relishing a fleeting moment of serene intimacy. I intend to visit this place frequently, Amelia, beginning now. Greater than, whenever you need me, I'll be here, he said, his voice imbued with a gentle warmth and steadfast assurance. Nothing compares to the mere act of being in your presence, to savor these ephemeral moments together. More than. In that moment I felt a subtle change, as though a fresh chapter was poised to emerge in my life. The weight of yesteryears and the loneliness that accompanied them were slowly fading away. With Logan beside me, I felt an overwhelming sense of trust and serenity enveloping us. I softly closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and leaned a little closer to the soothing warmth he exuded. This evening heralded the beginning of a fresh chapter in my life, the first steps of a journey unfolding before me, coupled with the profound understanding that solitude had been cast aside, carried an immeasurable significance. I sincerely hope my narrative struck a chord with you. This journey has unfolded into a truly remarkable experience, and it fills me with joy to share it with you. If you find yourself captivated by tales such as this, think about subscribing to remain in touch. Activate notifications to be among the first to unveil the arrival of a new episode. Your encouragement through likes and comments genuinely warms my heart. Your reflections and emotions strike a profound chord within me, igniting inspiration for my own path. Your support motivates me to share my thoughts with greater openness. I sincerely appreciate it and eagerly anticipate unveiling the next chapter alongside you.